Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Oniara and I talk everything self-mastery, personal development, and just everyday life experiences and how you can take the lessons from those experiences to live a more purposeful, fulfilling, and magical life. Today, I'm here to talk about how you can stay committed to your goals while still nourishing the connections in your life. And I'm specifically talking to the people that are all into growth, the ambitious, the go-getters, and you start making changes in your life and your friends and family might not agree with that, which starts creating a distance. And you outgrow people. It's a part of life. It's a part of the human experience. And it is a very painful process. And nobody really guides us through that. It can be like a heartbreak. One day you're person A, you have group friend A, and then you start becoming person B, and you no longer have things in common with person A, with group A, and you no longer really vibe with this group A, right? And again, this starts creating some distance. But they're friends and family that you love, that have been in your life for years, that you don't really want to let go of, and that's okay. That's when this minivan theory comes in. And so I heard I wish I remember the guy's name. I heard it on this personal development page. They posted this guy and he was talking about the minivan theory. So the minivan theory goes like this. Imagine that your life is a minivan. You're driving this minivan. It has many rows, okay? And you don't have to kick people off the van as you keep driving and moving forward. But not everyone has to stay in the front seat. The person in the front seat is with you in the drive. It is looking at the directions with you, is changing the playlist with you, it's setting the tone, it's setting the vibe, it's setting the environment with you, okay? The people in the middle, you're still having conversations with them, but they're just kind of there in the middle. They're just kind of like they're in the background because you're more focused on the person in the front. And then you have the people all the way in the back. The people all the way in the back, they're still there, but you're maybe not having so many conversations with them, right? You're still having the connection with them because you're driving in your van and all of this, but you're not letting them have input in your life, okay? As the person in the front seat that is giving you directions, is looking at the map, is putting the music, is working with you to get and move forward. The people in the back, though you still have them in your van of life, you haven't forgotten them, you still love them, you know that they're there, right? They don't have any input or decision making in your life. So I loved this theory when I heard it because like I said, outgrowing people is a part of life. And I know that is something that I've gone through so much in my life. And I used to think that it was because I wasn't a good friend or I couldn't hold friends together. And I started realizing is that I outgrow people because I keep growing. And I had never really heard of this minivan theory. I thought that you would just kick these people off your team because of the van, because they no longer, fit in this van. Like they are no longer in alignment with me. So I love this minivan theory because I have been learning that not everybody's going to grow at the same time as me. Not everybody's going to be moving forward at the same time as me. Not everybody maybe is in a rush, or people have different plans, right? And I can accept that. And I can still love them. I can still have them in my life without having to judge where they are or where they're going. Especially when you start your personal development path, your friends and family, the closest people to you, start feeling like they're super against you because you are doing things so differently now. And that can feel so lonely and it can feel so painful and sad. Everybody also has goals. Everybody's working on their own things, and it doesn't have to necessarily be the goals that I believe should be their goals, or that you believe should be people's goals. So to stay committed to your goals while still nourishing those connections, I'm very big on the calendar thing. And I right now have currently a lot of goals that I'm working on. And one of my goals is to nourish the relationships in my life because I do want to grow amongst friends that I've had for years that have shared the same values that I can grow old with. So nourishing my connections has been a big goal for me. So it is a part of my priorities. I feel like if you are looking at this video because you want to stay committed to your goals and you want to nourish your connections, is because nourishing your connections is also one of your goals or one of your priorities. So I would say when you're doing your weekly schedule, monthly schedule, however it is that you do your schedule on your calendar, if you don't use a calendar, I strongly, highly encourage you to, because I feel like it really sets in stone the goals that you are doing and remind you of what you are working on. So when you're setting your calendar, to make sure to set some time during the week, whatever time you have that you can set, because we always have time. We always have time. We just have to get organized. So whatever time that you can set aside for whatever relationship you decide to nourish that week. So I like to put at least once a week. Maybe sometimes I don't do the once a week, depending if the week is too busy for me. But I usually, most of the time, at least once a week, I have coffee with a friend. And it's not the same friend. It's usually a completely different friend, someone that I'm going to catch up with that I haven't seen in a while. Because most of my friends are also growing their businesses. They're working on themselves. They have a lot going on, a lot of goals that they're working on. So we don't have the time to just be talking on the phone all the time. So setting in the calendar the time to meet and catch up over coffee, even if sometimes I'm someone that really loves to talk, so I sometimes really have to set the time, like, hey, you have to get out of here in an hour, because if not, I can sit there for 4 hours talking to my friend like having coffee. So definitely, because I have other priorities as well, I do make sure, like, hey, I had my fun time and now I also gotta show up and do my work. So my best advice to do this is, remember that minivan analogy. You don't have, it's not that you're kicking people off of your van when they're no longer understanding where you're going or the decisions or choices that you're making. It's about understanding that they don't have to have direct input in your life. They can just be there having the conversation. You can still spend some time with them from time to time, have a conversation, continue to love them and accept them as much as you can, right? Because another thing that we have to remember is others' lack of acceptance and love that we see and we witness is a reflection of our own lack and acceptance of them or of ourselves. But again, just to conclude, to stay committed to your goals while still nourishing the connections in your life, remember the minivan theory. You can keep these people in the back of the minivan. They don't have to be the people in the front seat driving the vibe, setting the vibe, helping you get to the destination. But you can still have them in the back of the van in your life. They can still be a part of your life, just not a direct part of your life in the sense of you're talking to them every day or you're seeing them every week, right? It can be a once a month thing. Once a month I have family time. Once a month I go with these friends that maybe we're not so in alignment anymore, but we've been friends for 10 years. I really love this person and they don't need to be in a certain place for me to love them. So yeah, that's my first thing. Remember the minivan theory. The second tip is, set some time on your calendar for these relationships. Don't just say, I want to spend more time with this person. I want to spend more time with this friend group. I want to spend more time with this part of my family. And then just say that and not take any action towards that. So the best action you can take is set it in stone. Hey, when are you free? When can you go? Okay, then this day we're going to meet at this time. Okay. And then actually meet with this person, share some time together, have some fun in whatever it is that you do, to find something that you two do enjoy still doing. And I know that this is hard. I know that sometimes when we're changing from others that we do want to keep in our lives and we want to love unconditionally, it's hard to find something that we have in common because we want them to be different. We want them to be someone different. We want them to be doing something different. But the reality of it is that we all have something in common that we can share together. We all have some magic that we can share with each other. And we don't need others to be in a certain condition for us to love them and accept them. That would be our work. And that lack of acceptance that we might feel from others, that lack of love and acceptance that we might feel from others, is a reflection of our own lack and acceptance that we might have for ourselves or for others. But everybody is mirroring back to us exactly who we are. So I hope that served as a reminder. I hope these tips help you in staying committed to your goals, because they do matter. They are priorities, and your connections, because they also matter and they are also priorities. Because at the end of the day, what matters in success is who we are surrounded with when we are living the best moments of our life. So connection and nourishing the people and relationships in our lives is super important. So remember, outgrowing people is a part of life. It's a painful process, but it's a part of life. And the only way that we can change how we feel about something is changing our perspective about it. So I hope that these 2 tips served as a way for you to shift your perspective when loving those around you that might not be accepting of your new choices. And if you're wanting some support or guidance in your personal development journey, I offer one-on-one coaching sessions that you can book right on the link below on the description. If you did like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comments or questions or any specific topics that you want me to talk about, leave in the comments below. And remember to subscribe for more content like this. I will see you next time. And thank you so much for watching.